What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at your levels again through the power of the internet. And if you guys are not aware of this, just last week I was at the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal, and this is my first look at the gameplay from that event. The very first thing I dove into was this customization system because I wanted to see how the characters were customized. And it seems very similar to me to the Injustice 2 system in that you're getting special powers and special abilities and special buffs by putting on certain weapons and certain things that you collect. Now, how we're going to collect these and how we're going to get these is probably the way that they are going to monetize it, because that's how they monetized Injustice 2. And whereas I hope this game is a $60 title, you know, with DLC characters you can purchase, and that's the end of it, I wouldn't mind if this stuff was in there to be able to collect and stuff to get and ways to customize your character. I don't know what this stuff is going to look like for the tournament scene. I imagine most of the customization will be turned off for like the tournament or online play, but it's definitely a welcome change from when it comes to the daily towers and things along that lines that you're going to see a little bit later. I do like being able to change the custom looks quite a bit, and I have to say, like, if you look at this white Scorpion here, he doesn't really look like Scorpion. But that's okay. I think you should be able to make Scorpion look however you want to make Scorpion look. So if those are options, you don't have to dress him that way if you don't want to, but if you want to, that's okay too. Here's a quick look at what the roster might look like. And there are 25 available slots, and you're going to see Baraka and Sonya and Scorpion and Sub-Zero and then Raiden, and if you don't recognize her, that is Scarlet, and then the new guy, Geras, I believe is how he's pronounced. So those are the characters that will be available for me to play, and I did get a chance to play all of them. I'll show you a little bit of gameplay from each. Here's the first fight that I did. Can't get much more classic than Sub-Zero versus Scorpion, though they don't really look like Sub-Zero and Scorpion here, but I think that's something I'll just have to get a bit of getting used to. And I have to say, the combat seemed a little stilted at first, but there's a whole defense meter now, and there's a whole attack meter, and that stuff is segregated. And then I'm taking a look at the moves here, so you can get an idea of the input commands, and then I'll move over to special moves here in a second. Here's all the combos available, and this stuff is actually customizable as well, so you will be able to build your own 3 builds of the character. I presume there will be 3 builds for tournament play and online play, but then when it comes to the single player stuff, or I don't know, that might be extended into those other modes as well, you'll be able to customize those characters with special moves and other different stuff, very similar the way you could do in Injustice 2. And there was a lot of stuff I noticed right off the bat. The game did at first seem way more zoomed in, way closer up, but then again, I played more Injustice 2 recently than I had Mortal Kombat X, and I know Mortal Kombat X was a lot more zoomed in as well. You'll notice that running seems to be missing, and the game seems way more trade-offy, and there's actually mechanics that make it more trade-off like. So you're going to see in a second, I'm going to trigger something called Fatal Blow, and it happens when your health meter gets down to a certain size, and it takes the place of X-rays from Mortal Kombat X. So it really is a great way to kind of get caught up when you're starting to lose, when you're lost behind. But the problem is, by doing that, you're also probably going to trigger your opponent's Fatal Blow. Here's my Fatal Blow. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I know some Mortal Kombat fans said that, you know, the X-rays, which were not very often used, it seemed like, in competitive play when I was watching, that they didn't really enjoy that stuff because it kind of slowed down the pacing and everything else. I always enjoy that cool-off period, actually, when I'm playing casually and I'm playing online. It gives me a chance to stop and breathe for a second, and I actually kind of like that. And I think Fatal Blow, it's designed to let you catch a breath because you're probably behind when you were using it. So it's a great way to, I don't know, just like get your head back in the game, and I kind of welcome that. But look, as a casual player, that's not what I play Mortal Kombat for. I play Mortal Kombat for the fatalities. I play Mortal Kombat for the X-rays. I play Mortal Kombat for the violence and the gore and the single player and all those cool options. That's what I'm into. And when it comes to fatalities, this is probably the goriest game so far, and it's because it looks the best so far. I mean, these graphics are unreal. Speaking of fatalities, by the way, Baraka's back. Fan favorite. Hasn't been in the game, I guess, since... Well, he originated Mortal Kombat 2. Has he been in the game since Mortal Kombat 2? You have to let me know in the comment section below. But I got a chance to play him as well, and he plays exactly the way I expected Baraka to play. And these fatalities, yeah, they're exactly the fatalities I would expect for Baraka in a modern game. Here's another quick round, and this is Sonya Blade, me playing Sonya versus Raiden. And again, everybody just looks so different. It takes a little bit of getting used to. And I know a lot of people are complaining about how Scarlet looks, and I understand that because she definitely doesn't look like the way she did in Mortal Kombat 9. But watch this. One of my favorite features from Mortal Kombat X is back, and you're going to see it in just a second after this beautiful X-ray, or I got to get used to calling them Fatal Blows. But Raiden Fatal Blows me, and then I finish it off with a Brutality, and these Brutalities are back, and I did love Brutalities in Mortal Kombat X. I don't know if they were in previous games off the top of the head, but look at that. Just pop Raiden's head right off, and it is such just a disgustingly cruel way to finish your opponent. I just love doing it. I found that one entirely on accident. I didn't know that was going to be a Brutality, but it was. Sub-Zero's back with a very classic Fatality too, by the way. Had to do this one. How many times have we seen him freeze people in a block of ice? This time chopping off the head. Blue blood, because Garrus has blue blood. I wish it had been red blood. I wish I had picked a red-blooded character instead, but still a gorgeous Fatality. By the way, as a casual, I was super excited to see they were bringing these towers back. And this one is just a basic normal tower, the classic tower. But there's a ton of other towers that'll have, you know, different rewards and different things that you would need for customization. It's just a way to grind single-player content. But we saw this in Mortal Kombat X. We also saw it in Injustice 2 by visiting different Earths or different planets. So this is a great system to keep single-player casuals like me grinding, because I'll never be able to complete online. Here's another fan favorite. This is Raiden. And again, this suit actually looks pretty normal, but another Fatality for Sonya Blade. There you go. Take that, Ronda Rousey. Boom. And yes, okay, all right. Scarlet looks really different than I think would have expected her to look, but let me tell you something. She plays amazingly. I mean, again, this is one of those really innovative Mortal Kombat characters. She has Magneto powers for blood, I guess, and she can pull the blood right out of you and use it as a weapon. She can make blood come out of the ground. She's got her own blood. She uses blood to murder people. She can turn blood into icicles and murder you with them. I mean, come on. Yeah, she doesn't look the way that I remember her looking. It's a reinventation of the character. I know a lot of people are upset, but I don't care how she looks. I care how she plays. And she plays brutally disgusting. I mean, honestly, it's disgusting. It kind of makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know how Mortal Kombat gets away with this stuff. I really don't. How do you get away with this kind of just disgusting violence in your video games without people raising a fit? I'm just glad they do. They are the South Park of video games, honestly. So that's pretty much it. That's my first look at Mortal Kombat 11. This is some of the gameplay that I got captured. And I'm going to leave you with a big fight with me playing Garrus versus Scarlet, completely uninterrupted with sound. I hope you guys enjoyed. Big thanks to WB and NetherRealms for flying me out and paying for my hotel room. Technically, that makes this a sponsored video, even though I didn't put any money in my pocket. I just want to make sure you guys know that they did fly me out. They did pay for me to stay in a hotel, and I'm really grateful they did. Thanks for having me out. Guys, enjoy the gameplay, and if you enjoy stuff like this, let me know. I'll try to do way more like it in the future.
Round 1. Fight!
Blood for blood.
Round 2. Fight. Fight! Finish her! Fatality. Geras wins.